So the parable this morning is kind of a tricky one. It's the parable of the vineyard, Matthew 20, verses 1 through 16. It's one of my favorite parables. I probably preach it every 3 years, so I've preached it maybe 9 or 10 times. I've preached it a lot, but I keep finding new things to say about it, and I keep finding all these scholars who I really like who contradict each other. So like Amy Jill Levine, the Jewish scholar at Vanderbilt, goes one way, and Bill Herzog goes another way, and Bernard Brandon Scott goes another way, and so then I think, well, these people are a lot smarter than me. So anyhow, we just kind of like look and try to pull out kind of what the word is for us. And it's an interesting text because, again, only Matthew has it. So then you can't really compare like Mark and Luke and John or the Gospel of Thomas or maybe what was the original intention. And a couple of scholars say maybe the very first introduction and the last line were add-ons, which kind of, if you take that off, it changes it. So this first part, for the kingdom of heaven is like, Bill Herzog says, yeah, the kingdom of heaven can't really be like this. That part was probably added by Matthew, and this is more of a description of the world that is, which is a world of considerable oppression. But there's also an invitation in here to kind of step back and ask, how does this parable kind of open us up and stretch us to think about what really matters to us? For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. After agreeing with the laborers for the usual daily wage, he sent them out into his vineyard. When he went out about 9 o'clock, he saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and he said to them, "You also go into the vineyard, and I will pay you whatever is right." So they went. When he went out again about noon, about 3 o'clock, he did the same. And about 5 o'clock, he went out and found others standing around, and he said to them, "Why are you standing here idle all day?" And they said to him, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You also go into the vineyard." When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his manager, "Call the laborers and give them their pay, beginning with the last and then going to the first." When those hired about 5 o'clock came, each of them received the usual daily wage. Now when the first came, they thought they would receive more, but each of them also received the usual daily wage. And when they received it, they grumbled against the landowners, saying, "These last worked only 1 hour, and you have made them equal to us who have borne the burden of the day and the scorching heat." But the landowner replied to one of them, "Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for the usual daily wage? Take what belongs to you and go. I choose to give to this last the same as I give to you. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me, or are you envious because I am generous? So the last will be first, and the first will be last." And again, a lot of times those kind of taglines, they're kind of added in like we know that, that part.